morning my dear students. So we are studying particularly the chapter economic importance of fungi and bacteria. Now we have already gone through the part of bacteria, right? What is bacteria, general structure of bacteria, how they move, how they locomote, then what are the economical function of bacteria in medicinal purpose, in agricultural purpose. We have already gone through each and every part of it. So okay, today we will be studying about the economical importance of fungi. So that is the part B of your chapter. So all of you please open page number 90 of Conscious Biology class 9 ICSE. Okay, we will be studying that. See, what are the economic importance of fungi? Before we discuss the economic importance of fungi, it will be useful to know about the general features. Okay, so what are the general features of fungi? Fungi have no chlorophyll. This is the very important and vital part, that fungi do not control chlorophyll, thus they are not autotrophs. Okay, they are not autotrophs. Fungi have no chlorophyll and their body is not differentiated into parts like the root, stem, leaves and flowers. However, compared to bacteria, fungi are more highly evolved, that is, they are eukaryotes with a true nucleus and multicellular. According to the 5 kingdom classification, fungi are not plants. The reason means that they do not have chlorophyll and mode of nutrition of them is heterotrophic instead of autotrophic, that I was already talking about. Okay, fungi, a general structure, not in syllabus but it is useful to know, So what are they? The most common fungi are the molds which grows on our food, bread, fruits and even on leather and barks of trees. Mushrooms, toadstools are a common sight in the warm rainy season. Most mushrooms are poisonous but some are edible. So how many of you have eaten mushrooms? Okay, I have eaten. It's very tasty. Okay, you can have, but not from your, say if a mushroom grows in your household area or in particularly say in your rooftop, please don't go and eat that. Okay, buy it from a particular good reputation shop only or from a restaurant. So we will be studying what is mold. See, mold is in your syllabus. Okay, yeast is not in your syllabus, yet I will be covering that. Mold. Rhizophorus is the common bread mold. It grows not only on bread but also on a variety of other organic matter such as fruit, animal drugs and leather goods in warm and humid climate. It consists of a network of transparent thread-like structure called hypae, and the entire mass of these threads are called mycelium. Okay. The penetrating hypae secretes certain enzymes which digest the food in the bread substrate or extracellular digestion and absorb it. So what are molds? We can see that if we bring bread, okay, if we bought bread from the market and kept it during rainy season, we will see a layer of slight greenish color happens on the surface of the bread. That is known as mold, or what in Bengali we call it as chhata pore geche. It is nothing but it is the mold. Clear? Reproduction in bread mold is both asexual and sexual. Asexual reproduction starts within a few days of the growth of the mycelium. Some hypae becomes erect, sporangiophores, and swell up at the tip. The swollen tip is called sporangium and turns dark as the spores inside gets matured. The sporangium bursts to liberate spores which are scattered by wind. Falling on a suitable substrate, the spores germinate if there is suitable warmth and moisture and forms a new mycelium. So this is about the mold. Next we will go for yeast. Yeast are generally found as a separate spherical cell. So yeast is not in your syllabus but we will be studying yeast. Okay. Yeast are generally found as separate spherical cells. These are several species of yeast under the genus Saccharomyces. All yeast are one-celled fungi. They occur either singly or in the form of building chains. Okay. Occurrence: yeast are found freely in the atmosphere. They rarely grow in all kind of sugary solution and in any plant excretion containing sugar. They grow readily on grapes, in the nectar of flower, in sugarcane juices, etc. The structure, okay. Okay, now figures 9.6 and 9.7 both are important. Please mark it. Structure: the yeast cell is ovoid in shape, has a distinct cell wall and a nucleus. There may be one or more vacuoles in the cytoplasm. Nutrition: each cell can directly absorb simple sugar or glucose, but the cane sugar or sucrose has to be first broken down into simple sugar by one of the enzymes before absorption into the cell. Now, what is respiration? Yeast respire anaerobically in the absence of air, that is without using oxygen. The respiratory equation proceeds as follows. So, what are the equation? Let me quickly write it. Here you will see that we'll see what is this, what is the name of this particular compound, C6H12O6. It is nothing but glucose. Okay, now this glucose gets broken down into two C2H5OH plus 2 CO2 plus 2 ATP. This is known as ethanol, glucose. Okay, carbon dioxide, energy. So we already know this equation. This equation is already known to us because this is a particular equation for anaerobic respiration, right? Okay, focus is going on. Yes, this is a particular reaction for anaerobic respiration. We already know about it. Okay, here glucose gets break down in absence of oxygen to a product called ethanol, carbon dioxide and ATP or energy. See, the main part or the main reason for respiration is to get energy. Okay, normally if it is in presence of oxygen, what we call it as aerobic respiration, there what happens, 38 ATP of energy is liberated in one breakdown of glucose in presence of oxygen, but here the energy is very low, it is only 2 ATP, it's only 2 ATP. Clear? So it is the economic importance of fungi. On the next day we will be completing okay, this is the description of fungi. In the next day we will be completing with the economic importance of fungi. Okay, that will complete your chapter. See, the reason being I am giving short video lecture or breaking it down into several parts is only because you feel it interesting and you go through particularly these chapters. Otherwise what will happen, if I make a video of 20 minutes, 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I can easily complete a particular chapter in one video lecture, but it will be quite monotonous and boring to go through that particular whole long video. Okay, that is the reason I am just breaking it down. Don't worry, go through it. Next day we will be completing or we will be starting the economical importance of fungi. Okay, go through it, whatever I have taught you, the previous video lectures as well. And if you are viewing this, please hit a like button, because I can understand that at least either you press a like button or you give a comment in the comment section, you write something, because at least I can understand that you all are viewing this. Okay, otherwise it's very hectic to understand that whether my students are viewing it or not. Okay, so whatever, don't worry, go through it. If you have any problem or queries, definitely ask me. I am here to solve all your queries. We will be meeting in the next class with the rest part of the chapter. Till then, take care of yourself, take care of your family, stay safe, stay happy and enjoy. Okay, thank you.